Hello everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat channel, and today I'm going to talk about what I feel like are going to be some of the decks that are going to be very good next format, this post-September 2013 ban list. And I feel, honestly, overall, that this coming format is going to be a very diverse format. There's no, from what I can tell, really, besides Boojins, really, and Fire Fist, possibly, there's no, like, god-like deck that's going to come down from the heavens and say, we are number one, like E-Dragons did last format. So, I feel that that leaves a lot of other decks that were originally forgotten, possibly, or just nobody really played because E-Dragons were around. They can come out from hiding and start performing well again. So, let's go over those decks and each and every one of them and some other ones. So first off, we have Constellars. Constellars, I'm just surprised nobody has really topped a major event with Constellars yet. They're just such a good over-round deck. They're better than Evil Swarms were, I think, coming out of the box. And they're just a good deck, Pleiades and bouncing things back and attacking. It's just ridiculous. And they're just such a good, well-rounded deck. That I feel they can win a major event this year, if not definitely top a good event. Also, people may say Evil Swarms are dead. I don't know. I'm still iffy about that. Reason why being is they're not going to be as relevant as this current format we're in right now. That's for sure. That's 100% given. But they're still going to be around, most likely, I feel. But they won't be at full capacity, full strength probably. They can still do their different tricks they can do. They can stop heavy level summonings. They can still run the E-Viruses because I still feel that Prophecy is still going to be a number one deck out there to beat. So, but I just don't think they're going to be as relevant as this current format. Dark Worlds. I feel Dark Worlds are going to come out from hiding. This may be the format that Dark Worlds shine finally. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. The reason why is now they can make, if they have to, they can make Master Key Beetle with Archfiend and maybe a Snow if they want to. Or you can just do the old Grapha play. And with nothing like a Rescue Rabbit type thing to stop it. Nothing besides Ophion really to stop Grapha. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see this deck actually top a major event this coming format. Dark Worlds, as you all know, can win game one very easily as long as they don't get a clunky hand. It's always that side game matchup. And with a format which I feel it's going to turn out to be where there is a lot of diversity in decks and you're not going to really know what to side for, Dark Worlds could possibly shine in that. Herald of Perfection. Now, Herald of Perfection, I say this is because even though Evil Swarms is a deck, don't be afraid to run Herald of Perfection. You go Herald of Perfection first turn, you have outs like Orange of Light, you can run traps to stop Ophion, and really an Herald Agent type deck, which I run. Go back to my profile if you want to see it. I've been testing that out at locals, and it's been doing amazingly well with this format coming up. I've been testing against players who are playing with the post-September ban list, and it's been doing amazingly well. I have nothing but praise for that deck. It does amazingly well, negates things, stops things with Advanced Ritual Art back at 3. Herald of Perfection is perfected pretty much. I really can't do more to that deck to make it better. It's good as it can get with Advanced Ritual Art back at 3. But it's a deck I would suggest maybe possibly investing. It's not a really cheap deck to build in some respects, but it can be a very, very, very powerful deck now with 3 Advanced Ritual Art back. Murmurs. Now, Murmurs did get hit on the ban list, but they didn't get hit where I thought they were going to get hit. They got hit with making their level 7 so much easily. But with Trishula coming off the ban list, they can make Trishula very easily, I feel, and they can still make Trishula good. They still have their searchers, so the deck is not dead. It will definitely come back to becoming a top tier deck again, most likely, I feel. Don't be surprised. I think it's going to be a deck that actually tops an event again, and people will probably get back on that Megalo bandwagon, but I think it's one of those decks that's not going to die. right now. People think it's dead. It's not dead. The Murmurs are going to be still alive. So if you invested in Murmurs, you got a good investment. Elemental Heroes. Now, this past format, I saw more people drop out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Than anything. Mostly because it was just too super fast and everything. I mean, I remember this happening during Teledad. People stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or taking a break for it. But this past format, it was just ridiculous how many people I saw drop Yu-Gi-Oh! At my locals. My locals usually has, on a Wednesday night, around 80 to 70, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. This year, that dropped down to like 40, 30 some nights. It just was ridiculous how many players stopped. And then when the ban list got leaked this past Wednesday, I saw about 60 or 70 guys come back. Guys that had taken a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because they just didn't want to play in this super competitive format. It was just ridiculous. And Heroes, I don't know how good Heroes are going to be, but Heroes have always been a versatile deck, and I feel that this deck could actually compete this current format coming up. Gravekeepers are just good. Even though they're slow, in a slower format, Gravekeepers can shine. They can be that shining star because it can Necro Valley stop so many decks. So I think that deck could come back a little bit in some way because of Necro Valley. Agents, I think Agents can come back, even though Agents haven't been relevant. With my Agent Herald build, that's been doing amazingly well. Gadgets, I think, are a top tier deck now. Believe it or not, it's just the question is how many people in number are going to play Gadgets. It's a good deck. It's always been a good deck. It's been one, I compare it to Heroes in the way that it's always a versatile deck. It can go from format to format to format and adapt to each format as necessary. Look at last format. They were able to put Redox in and make, Big Eye and Dragosack and all that lovely, make Redox Gadgets, which I'm currently building. But they can put Charmeleon in and do that type of different plays because they have Machina. There's just so many different things Gadgets can do. They're very versatile. And I think they're going to be a very good deck for this format to choose. Gladiator Wing Bestiary. Now, this coming back to 2, I think a lot of people are you're going to see for the first time in a long time probably, Glads come back with a vengeance. I've been playing against some Glad players that run the 2 Bestiary now, and they are so happy. Believe me, they really are. And the deck, I think, has got some life back into it. Well, it was dead for maybe a year or 2 years, I think it was. But now it's got some life back into it and some oomph. So we'll have to wait to see how that turns out. But I think it's a good deck to play. Yeah, Boojins. Now, people always are talking about Boojins. Now, even though Fire Fist Tinky is down to 2, a lot of people I know that running Boojins are not going to be running the Bear with the 3 Tinky and all that now. But still, the deck is very versatile. And with this format shaping up for what it looks to be like, a slow format, Boojins can definitely shine. You get Yamato out in the field, they're going to be good. And they're also getting support later on, so I mean, they're going to just get better. But they're going to still be a good deck for this format coming up, definitely. Fire Fist, even though I think with Chicken Limited, to 1, and people were still thinking, well, maybe that's just for the OCG because they were doing good a while back. It's got limited, here in the U.S. So, for the most part, I feel that they're going to actually perform very, very well. The 3-axis Fire Fist is going to be very good. You'll probably see synchro versions of it. You're going to see a whole bunch of different things. Gravekeepers, I said like before, but I'm probably going to be running my Gravekeepers with Visionaries still. 6 Samurais, because 6 Samurais are versatile. They swarm the field. The faster your deck is for this upcoming format, the better you will be. That's kind of the way it's been like for a while. The faster your deck is compared to your opponent's deck usually means who wins the duel. But I think 6 Samurais are still going to do good. They got their Trishula back, so they can make Trishula again now. It's harder to make Trishula with 6 Samurais. He's coming from a 6 Samurai player. But they can still do good. People think... Now, I've always been one of those proprietors with spellbooks, is that they weren't really that broken until Spellbook of Judgment Day. That's when they became kind of a tier 0, I guess you want to call it, type deck. With Judgment Day gone, they're a balanced deck again, I would say. Still a top tier deck, but they got all their searches still, they got all that, but they're still a good deck overall, I feel. Battling Boxers. Now, these are my dark horse picks. Battling Boxers, I think, is going to be a dark horse pick. People really overlooked this archetype completely when Techion came out. I play this deck currently battling boxers in real life, and people just hate Yoke. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'll say it now, I would not be surprised to see this deck top an event somewhere in the world. And people will be like, oh my gosh, battling boxers is so good. Yoke, Yoke, Yoke. Battling boxer Yoke is all I got to say. When you face that card, you better, you better bring your A game, because that guy can get big fast. And battling boxer is just a good archetype, a cheap, good archetype. If you're looking for a deck to build that's cheap and very effective in today's game, go with battling boxers. They're very cheap to build and very effective. Other decks, I think they're going to make a comeback, kind of, in a way. Insectors, Blackwings, and why is Madolche's not really topped a major event lately? Besides the U.S. Nationals we had back in July, that guy that top 32 with Madolche's, I give that guy props. Madolche's have everything they need to be a good top deck. Just not enough people play the deck. I don't know why. They're cute. They're food names. I mean, they got everything. I mean, they're beautiful. I've even thought about making the deck, but I've since decided not to, because I'm going to build gadgets. But I mean, it's a deck I would highly suggest you build, because it's got everything to be a good deck. Why is it not topped enough events? I do not know why. Blackwings with Whirlwind coming back, the Searcher spell card. I used to run Blackwings back in the day. I have rebuilt my Blackwing deck recently, and I have to say, from playing it the last week or two since the ban list came out, it actually does well. I could see it running an anti-meta type stun type Blackwing deck. If Gale came back to 2, the deck would be a well-rounded overall good deck, I feel, again. But we'll have to wait till March to see if we get our Gale back. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gale came back to 2 eventually in the game. But those are my choices for good decks to invest in this current format. I think it's going to be a very diverse format, which is very healthy for the game. But till next time, everybody, take care, have fun out there. Good luck dueling to y'all. Have fun with this new meta that's coming up. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here.